Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Fleur and we're going to do a 1 hour Pilates session. All you need is a mat and then maybe a little wall space where you could lean against. Could be a wardrobe, it could be a nice sturdy wall, or maybe a door if it doesn't go in. Okay, let's start with bringing our feet hip width apart. Make sure the toes are pointing forward and the side of your feet are parallel to the sides of the mat. I'm going to watch everyone else in my class today. Here we go. And we're just going to start with bending our knees slightly. Take a deep breath in and then soften into the knees a little bit. Good. Let's start with just gently rocking side to side, just moving the upper body, letting the arms swing. Keep soft in the knees. Good. Just trying to relax the arms really nicely. Good. Nice. And letting the arms swing side to side. And then coming back to center. Bring the hands by your side. Bend your knees and start to roll your shoulders up and back and down. Bring them forward, up, back and down. 2 more. Roll them forward. Lift them up, back and down. Last one. Roll them forward. Lift them up, back and down. Roll them now back, all the way up, forward and down. Roll them back. Let it go right into the shoulders, forward and down and back. Up and down. Good, there's Rosie, hello. Taking a deep breath in, reach your arms all the way up. Turn the palms facing forward, lift the arms up. If you want to intensify this, you can always take some weights, roll them back and down. I have to mute you. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Got that. And then bring yourself down. Here we go, good. All of those mute, good. Lift them up. And then all the way down. It's just the intense one. There we go. And again, all the way up. Try and reach nice and wide to the sides. Keep drawing the belly in, so activate your core. 2 more. Breathing in, lift them up. And down. And 1 more, lift them up. Breathing in. And exhale, bring them to the side. Good. Starting little circles. Nice and smooth. Make the circles only about as big as a tennis ball, so not too big. Try and reach out with the fingertips. Keep breathing slowly and steadily. Bring the palms facing down. Good, that's it. And change direction, other way around. Little circles is hard with the weight, right? Good. Well done. Good, last circles. And then release the arms back down, good. Just take a little breath in, reach fingertips down. From here, just start to lean into your right leg, just a little until you turn further away. Try not to push the hip out, so you want to just lean in and come back to center. And then lean into the other side. So the foot doesn't come off just yet. I'm just going to lean over, just transferring the weight, see what happens in your core. Keep nice and tall, reaching up through the spine. And pressing into either side. Good, and next time you lean over to one side, just start to lift one leg off and place it back down nice and slowly. Try not to lift it too high yet. You can also just lift the heel if you're feeling wobbly and coming back. Imagine that straight line from the base of your spine towards the top of your head. So you look a little bit like, in German it's called a Hampelmann. No idea what it's called in English. It's like these dolls that you pull. There's a rope at the bottom and just sort of like it wobbles around. So lean, you're just lifting up one leg, and then try to lean a little bit more into your foot and lift the leg just to a foot above the floor. Don't go too far. Keep drawing in so you don't push or collapse with the chest to the side. Good. And now we're going to add the arms if you like. Randomly, so they're just going to come up, not in any particular order, so it's challenging your balance. Arms moving slowly, they're not going up at the same time as the leg, they might just come up a little bit slower. So random movement, like a starfish. I just got this from another Pilates teacher, that's it. So it looks like you have to activate the balance, activate the core. Good, Isabella, that's it. Keep going, just a few more rounds here. Squeezing up. Looks like some interesting dance routine. Good, and then let's stay on our left foot. Find the balance, reach the arms out to the side and hold it there for a moment. Find the balance, you can also put the foot down. Good. And let's start little pulses in that leg, just for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knees, bring the arms down, swing them out, come to the other side. Again, find the balance first, hold it there, keep drawing up through the ribs. Little pulses, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the foot down, bend your knees, shake the arms out. Well done, good. Same thing, bring the hands onto your hips. Now we're going forward and back. I'll turn sideways so you can see. So from here, take your right foot and then step it forward and then back. And step it forward and back. Step it forward and back. Try and make it very smooth. I just wobbled. Good. Squeeze your back leg slightly back. And then let's do the arms again. So we're going to do the arms backwards and forwards. And again, in no particular order, so you have to move that balance. Arms go back, reaching, and then they just move. And try not to make them move with the same movement as the legs, so just randomly. You might find that you get into a rhythm with arms back at one point. So again, challenge your balance a little bit. And then keep the back leg back. Reach your arms forward. Hold it here for a moment into your little lengthening. Belly draws in. Little pulses with the leg. 8 times again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stepping back, good. Step the other leg forward. And again, first of all, just a movement forward and back. Hands can come to your hips. That was a little wobble. Try to move nice and smoothly. Stepping the foot on the ground. And then leaning forward and back. Keeping the core engaged. Good. You might notice the slower you do it, the harder it is to control. A little stepping and smoothly moving backwards. Good. And then move the arms. So again, little movement with the arms. Imagine the arms are going a little bit slower than the legs, or the other way around. Challenging the balance. And sit. Well done, Rosie. Yeah. Ooh. When I look to the side, that's even harder. When I look at you. Yeah. Keep going. Just explore. Good. And then bring the back leg back, bring your arms back, and then reach them forward. Hold it here. Point the back toes. Draw the navel in. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step it back. Good. Bring the hands down and shake out the legs. Well done. From here, hands by your side. Let's start into our feet a little bit. Start on lifting the toes up, toes off the ground, and rotate side to side with your feet. So a little movement, just moving inwards and outwards through the feet. Feeling where your weight is. Just lift the toes, Rosie. That's it. Not the balls of the feet. There we go, good. And then bring the feet back down. And then try to just find your balance by leaning slightly forward and slightly back. So that your toes don't crump. Heels draw slightly back. Feel that the core engages. So you're basically moving a little bit like a weed in the wind. Forward and back. Notice when you move back, try not to lift your feet off the ground, so just coming here where you activate the core. And then close your eyes if you like and just be in the body and feel the same thing. What happens? Can you notice that little shift? So we don't want to be all loose in the hips. Whoa, like this. Good. Try not to tense in your neck. That can sometimes also happen. Just keep that nice and smooth. And then standing into the center where you feel the center is. And just start to move your head. Right ear to right shoulder. And then drop the chin down to the chest. And then left ear to left shoulder. So a little rotation. And back down to the chest. And right ear to right shoulder. And go only as far as feels comfortable for you. Little rotations just over the front. 2 more. Exhale, roll the chin to chest. Inhaling to the side. Exhaling, rolling chin to chest. Inhaling to the side. Good. And then bring the chin to chest, bring the head back up. And then looking up, open a little bit through the mouth. And then come back to center. And again, lifting up through the head. And back to center. Don't go too far. Again, you don't want to strain the neck. And back to center. 2 more. Lift. And to center. And 1 more. Good. Back to center. From here, bring your hands onto your hips. Let's come onto tiptoes. We're going to start pushing into the balls of the feet and pushing up through the crown of the head. And lowering back down. Try not to lean so far back that you are lifting the balls of the feet, and then bring the heels back down. Lifting up through the crown of the head and back down. Let's go a little faster. So pushing up and down, and up, and down, and up, and down. 5 more, and down. 4, and down. 3. That's it. Push the floor away with your heels. 2 and 1. Stay up as high as you can. See if you can reach your arms out to the side. Find a little balance here. Good. And then nice and slowly rotate. Inhaling to one side. Arms stay long. Exhale back to center. Inhaling to the other side. And back to center. If it's too wobbly, just bring the heels down. Inhaling to one side. Make sure you've got space. Rachel and Johnny, you're in perfect unison, looking good. Keep the shoulders nice and open so that you don't rotate too far. And come back. Nice, Gabriella. Good, Rosie. Relax the shoulders a little bit down so they're not too high, so they're just in line of your shoulders. Last round. Heidi, if you don't have space, just bring the hands onto your shoulders as well. That might be a little better, but make sure you're not twisting your hips. Don't twist your hips too far, so keep the hips steady. That's it, better. Yes, good, well done. Good prep. And then come back down, release the arms, and then start to just walk out through the feet. Little walkouts. That's it, good. So your calf should be having a little burn there. Well done. Okay, and let's come from here to our roll down. So shake your leg out, give them a little shake. And we're going to come onto the end of your mat. No, we're not, sorry. I want to use the wall. So from here, we're going to start with the wall and working into our glutes. Let's do this one first. So find a wall space, and we're going to just bring 1 foot against the wall. So 1 foot against the wall. So the knee is bent and you're leaning against the wall. Make sure you're feeling steady and standing nice and tall. Then bring the hands in front of you. Bring your fingertips onto your elbows so that you're not lifting the shoulders up. Good. And now from here, we're going to twist towards the bent knee. Breathe out, twist. Inhale, coming back to center. Good. And again, breathe out, just 5 more. Back to center. Good. Keep the shoulders soft, breathe out. So because you are now leaning with 1 foot against the wall, your hips are feeling a little bit more steady. Make sure your elbows are turning to the side, so you want to keep them right in front of your chest. Good. And the last one. That's it. Hold your elbows with your hands. Well done. And then from here, keeping the hands in front of you, bring your hips back towards the wall, and then push yourself back and away from the wall. Press your hips against the wall, so you're basically leaning slightly back. I'll do that, I'll show you. So I have got the side space, to use this side space. Good. Does that make sense? So you're leaning with your hips against the wall, and then pushing yourself back. Forward, lean with the hips against the wall. That's it, Isabel. Pushing back, so you should feel this in your glutes. Good. Last one. Good. Well done. From here, bring your hands onto your hips. If you like, come onto tiptoes. Woo. And come back down. Good. If you feel it too close to the wall, just come a little bit away from it. Just a little lift. I know it's feeling quite intense for that left leg or right leg, whatever your standing leg is. Good. And last one. And bring it back down. Well done. And then bring the foot down. Shake out your straight leg. Turn towards the wall and just give yourself a little stretch. So straighten out that leg that was just standing. And then bring like a little warrior pose. So if the wall is here, push back into your heel. Draw the navel in. Tap the tailbone. Just press the wall a little bit away. So you're stretching out your hamstring. A little stretch here. Just holding it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. The more you push, the more you feel the intensity, but don't push too hard. And then release. Good. From here, turning sideways so you have the hand that was just, so your left hand, just do the left hand against the wall. Other side by your side or on your hip. Bring your feet together and then just start to bend your elbow. Keep the shoulder away from the ears and then straighten it. Keep the whole core engaged and again, bend yourself towards the wall. So basically leaning against the wall, oops, like this, without lifting your leg. This is the wall we're there. Can't use this. This is too unsteady. Actually I can. It's not too bad, just for demonstrating purposes. Good. Notice if your shoulder wants to come up, keep it down. Shoulder blade rolls down, goes like this. So you're leaning against the wall and bending the elbow. Can you see it? That's it. Nice. Feel that you're activating the whole side of the body. Good. Last one. Well done. And then from here, see, you can bend the elbow a little bit and lift your outside leg for a little lengthens. 8, 7, 6, 5, breathe out, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, well done, and then straighten the arm, and then from here just turning around, other side. So again, feet together, other hand onto your hip. So again, you're leaning, how do I show this? This way, I can do it this way. So again, leaning into the wall, and then straighten. And again, leaning against the wall, try to keep the hips nice and steady there so the hip doesn't collapse towards the wall. I'm going to draw in, bend the elbow, push yourself away. And again. Try to slow it right down. Hayley, try not to drop the hip to the wall. Draw it a little bit away from the wall. Yes, that's better. Well done. Good. Some of you have left the picture because you're of course at the wall. And then bend the elbow just slightly and lift your outside leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Breathe out when you lift. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. And then release, straighten the arm, shake out the legs a little bit, roll the shoulders. And then from here, I'm going to show you against this wall. No, I can show you. So you're facing the wall. Imagine you're the wall. Here we go. Feet are hip width apart again, and you lean against the wall, bending your elbows just a little bit. Make sure that your hips don't fall forward. I'm just going to snake-like motion. So you have to engage the core and become like a plank from your heels towards the crown of the head. So draw in the ribs and then bend your elbows and then gently on your exhale push the floor away Breathing in, bending your elbows towards you so your shoulders don't come up. Elbows that lift and push the floor away. So it's like a plank position. The slower you do it, the more you'll feel the activation. Bend and straighten. Keep your neck really long. So again, try not to bring the chin forward. Lovely. And then bend your elbows just a little bit. Hold it there. And then try to press a little bit more into your right hand. And then shift. Press a little bit more into your left hand. Notice that difference. And then again, press into your right hand. And press a little bit more into your left hand. So a little difference. Feel that shift that happens in the core. As if you want to make an imprint of your right hand and then your left hand into the wall. Keep going for 2 more rounds. Well done. Looks good. Gabrielle, just think of like pressing the wall with one hand while you while you keep your elbows bent and just press as if you're doing this on the wall but without shifting the movement a lot. Yes, with elbows bent. That's it. Yes, you can even try to then lift up one hand and then lifting up the other hand. So you're just working one hand. Give it another go. So if you want a little bit more, you're still on the wall and then maybe lift one hand off the wall, bring the other hand down and then lift the other hand off the wall. Keep doing in the belly. And then from here, to straighten the arms for a moment, the next one we're going to do, we're going to come into our tiptoes. And very similar, I'm just going to go here. We're going to bend our elbows and you're going to try to lift up your right leg and then place it back down. And then your left leg with your elbows bent. So keeping nice and strong in the core, doing in the belly and then lifting the right leg, point the foot behind you and bring it back down. Isabel, come a little closer to the wall and come high onto your tiptoes. That's it. Good. Don't let the chest fall towards the wall, so keep engaging the core. That's it, Rosie. Good. Good, Isabella. Isabella, bring the hands slightly further down. Yes, just in height of your shoulders. Lovely. All right, and then from here, just pressing the floor away. And then step a little bit away with your hips and stretch out your arms so that your hands are on the floor. So you're like a downward dog, but on the wall. Roll your shoulders away from the ears and keep engaging the core so you're not collapsing in your spine. That's it, good. Let the head be soft and just feel the stretch in your arms. Just going to do this nice and slowly with you. And then from here, rolling yourself back up, drawing the hips towards the wall and stepping towards the wall. Good. And then coming to the end of your mat. Have your feet hip width apart, and let's come to our roll downs. If roll downs is not for you, you can come to a variation where you just come halfway with your hands onto your knees, and then you round your shoulders, inhale and open the chest, and then you roll yourself back up. Otherwise, we're going to do the full roll down. The yoga brother's already there. Breathing in on your exhale, chin to chest, let yourself roll slowly down. You can also walk the hands down the legs, draw your navel in, have your weight slightly in your heels, hips go back. Make sure your knees are slightly bent so that you're supporting yourself. Once you're down, you can maybe rock the body a little bit side to side. You can hold your elbows. Let your head be soft by shaking the head a little bit. Yes and no. Holding it there a little bit longer. Breathing slowly. And on your next inhale, release the arms and then pressing the feet into the floor. Draw the hips back and stack your knees over your ankles. And then the hips over the knees as you slowly straighten the legs. And then coming up to standing. If you're feeling dizzy in any way, just reach your arms up, always good. And then coming back down, chin to chest, rolling slowly down. Let your head hang, draw the hips back, bending your knees. Check that your arms are feeling heavy. Or if you're doing the variation of just bending the knees and having hands on the thighs, you can do it in your own time. And once you're down, take again a breath in and start rolling yourself back up. I'm going to do that just 2 more times, nice and smoothly. Inhaling, that's it. Take maybe a breath in with your arms up. It's apparently the best cure if you're feeling dizzy when you come up, to raise your arms up. It just helps the dizziness. And again, slowly rolling down. Do it in your own time. Spine widens. And back up. Arms out. And last roll down. We're going to stay down. Slowly roll down. And once you're down here, then start to walk your hands forward, pressing your hands into the floor. Bend your knees and then bring your knees down slowly to a tabletop position. Hands underneath your shoulders and knees underneath your hips. Press a little bit into the hands so that your shoulder blades are slightly parted. Your crown of the head is reaching forward. Your belly is engaged. And let's start a cat and cow curl. So from the base of your spine, start to articulate. So you're going to start to open the chest. The middle back draws down. Shoulders roll slightly back. Chin is level to the floor. And exhale, tucking the tailbone. Start to round into the shoulder blades, pushing the floor away. Shoulder blades part. And then inhaling, shoulder blades draw back together. The chest opens. Head lifts. As the last instant, and exhaling, tucking the tailbone round and through the spine. That's it. Keep your arms nice and straight so the movement is happening in the spine. Last round. And then coming back to neutral position, draw the navel in. Good. And then from here, working a little bit into our hips and our glutes. So we're going to start breathing in, and on an exhale, lifting our right leg out to the side. When you lift it, try not to bend your left elbow, and try not to push the hips over to the side. So you're not sort of pushing over like this. You just want to lift it out to the side a little, and then bring it back down. And again, exhale, lift it out to the side. Might just come to 45 degrees and back down. 4 more, so 6 in total. So here we go. 6, 5. Keep pressing the hands down to the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Circling the knee back now so that you're squeezing your glute. Your foot comes up behind you. And then bring the knee back down. Again, out to the side, squeezing the glutes, bring the knee back, and down, straight down. 4 more. Out to the side, up, and back down. Keep the core engaged. Out to the side, back, and down. 2 more, and down. 1 more. And then change direction. Squeeze the knee back. Out to the side, as if you're lifting the knee over a little fence. And then again, squeeze the neck out. And down. Straight back. Out to the side. Keep breathing slowly and only. And down. 2 more. Out to the side. Back. And down. Last one. Squeeze it back. Out. And down. Let's change direction. If you need a little break for your wrist, you can just rotate them for a moment. And we're just going to go again with the leg just out to the side, like the side, other side, so you can see. 6 times. Out and back in. Just feeling that movement. It can be a very smooth movement. Doesn't have to be lifted very high. Breathe out. And back in. And 3. And 2. And 1. If you do it nice and slow, you will feel it in the core and in your glute. And then take it out, bring the leg back and down. Out to the side, breathe out, inhaling, up and back down. 4 more. 4. Good. 3. Remember the arms want to giving sometimes I want to sort of relax. So keep pressing down into your hands. 2, and last 1. And then we change direction. So squeeze the leg back, out to the side, and down. So you're working the femur bone in the hip socket within your range. 3, 2, let's keep the arms nice and straight. And and last round. And then bring the neck down, good. Wiggle your hips a little bit side to side. Well done. I'm going to take little circles into that hip, into that glute. Little shape of 8 maybe, around the back. Good. Okay, from here, arm movement. You can take the weights again if you like. So if you have a little weight that you want to use, you're going to take the arm forward and then turn the arm all the way to the back. And again, arm forward, breathing in and back. Breathing in. Try to keep the arm shoulder level, so not too high, or a little bit lower if it's intense for your shoulder. Good. Core is engaged. Last round. And then bring the arm out to the side. Good. If you have a weight, it might be a little bit intense, but start little circles, just in the height of your shoulder. So not back here, just where the shoulder is. Good. Small circles. Make them a bit smaller, Rosie. That's it. Smaller, smaller. And then change direction. Keep pushing the floor away with your hand. This is equally strong if you don't have a weight, so gentle, gentle. Well done. And then releasing the weight slowly down. Good. And then lift the arm up. And then exhale, slide the arms through the gap. Bending your right hand or left, whichever it is. Breathing in, lift the arm up. Just 2 more, and exhale, slide through. 1, inhaling, head is just soft. And then slide the arms through and rest your cheek on the floor. And your top arm can either reach forward or maybe you'd like to reach it up, which intensifies the stretch in the shoulder. Have a little twist there, see if you want to wriggle the hips a little bit. Just for a few breaths here. Deep breath in and then exhaling slowly, bring the hand in front of your face. Press the floor away. And let's come to the other side. So I'm just going to turn around here. Good. And then with weight or without, bring the arm forward. And finding that line from the hand to your hips. Exhaling, inhaling, arm forward. And exhaling back. Try and keep the torso really steady. And your core pulled up towards the spine. Engaging the shoulder by pressing the hand down into the floor, and the other arm moves back. Nice and slowly inhaling forward, exhaling back. And last round. Keep the shin slightly tucked, and then arm out to the side, and little circles. Small circles here. That's it. You can always do these on the elbows if it's getting too much. And change direction, go the other way around. Small circles, keep going, it's not far. Lovely. And then from here, placing the weight down if you were using the weight. And then 3 times lift the arm up and slide it through. And again, lift the arm up. Inhale and exhale, slide through. And last one, inhaling up. And exhale, slide through, and then bring your cheek onto the mat. And either bring the hand forward, leaning into the shoulder, gentle with the neck, or lifting up your arm. So it's a little bit more intense stretch. You can wriggle the hips a little until you feel where is the nicest position for this. Sometimes that goes right into that tight area of my shoulder. So this feels quite nice. And breathing in deeply. And then slowly releasing, bringing the hands in front of you, and hands onto the floor, and then come and bring the hips over to one side, and bring your legs out in front of you, and let's come lying on our back, slowly rolling yourself down. Bring your feet close to your sit bones, and then your arms by your side, palms facing down. So move the camera a little. From here, taking a nice breath in. On your exhale, breathing out through the mouth, and start to tilt your hips so that the lower back is imprinting into the floor. Inhaling again, find the neutral position of your spine, sit bones connected to the floor, and exhale, lower back imprints into the ground and the belly draws in. Take a few rocks in your own time, inhaling and exhale, belly draws in, feet are pushing gently into the floor, inhaling to rock into neutral, and exhale to imprint. Activating the abdominal muscles. And exhale. And then finding your neutral position from here. And we're going to start lifting up one side of the hip on our exhale, and then placing it back down. So a little lift from one hip, as if someone's pulling your hip bone up. Knees just follow the movement, and coming back to center again, as if someone's pulling your hip bone up and then placing it back down. Moving your hands a little bit so you can see. Lifting up on your exhale and back down. And again, lifting up. The foot presses into the floor a little bit. That's it, really good. Lift. And back down. Finish around your arm, come back to the neutral position. Sometimes the hips have moved back a little bit, so adjust your feet if you need to go. Taking a breath in. On your exhale, lift up your right leg. Inhale, slowly placing the foot back down. And pressing into the right foot. Exhale, lift up the left leg. Inhale, placing it back down. Keep going. Try and keep the engagement of the core. And exhale, lift up right leg. Inhaling, place it down. And exhale, lift up left leg. Core nice and stable. You're not imprinting your lower back. You're keeping the neutral position of the spine. And you're just doing a hip fold with one leg. You can stretch the leg, or you can just keep it bent. Keep it bent, Gabriella, see if you do it there. If you want to do more, you can of course stretch it. Let's start to stretch it. If you want to lift it up, flex the foot, reach it up, and then step it back down. And then lift up the leg, reach the heel away from you, and lower it down. If you want a little bit more, flex the foot, and then on your next exhale, lower to 60 degrees. Bring it back up, and step it back down. Or continue the movement for a little bit, flex the foot, and then lengthen the heel away from you. And then again, bring the neck down. Breathing in. Reach the heel away, exhale, leg moves away from you. Inhale, bring it back, and step it down. Inhaling, exhale, leg moves away from you. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, step it down. Do one more round in your own time, nice and slowly. Just feeling the length through the leg, hamstring stretch if you're flexing the foot. Well done. And then step the feet back down. Good. From here, taking a breath in, and then lift up the right leg and then the left leg into tabletop position. Same movement in your hips, so the torso is steady. There's a little gap underneath your lower back. Your sit bones are connected to the floor. And we're now going to start to just see if you can reach one foot to the ground and then the other. So the movement doesn't have to be big. You don't even have to touch the floor. I want you to feel it in the core. Make sure that the lower you bring the leg, that you're not starting to arch in your back. So you're not collapsing, the belly button doesn't come up, it stays in the same position. So maybe the movement is just very small, you're just moving the knees forward and back. Or you're going to try to bring the foot towards the floor with the knee in the same angle, so you're not just bending your knee. Good. Last round, and we're going to add on to this. So still keeping the same engagement, hand can press on the floor, and we're going to start to open the knees to the side, and exhale, bring them back together. Inhaling to open the knees to the side like a big, what's that? As if you're sitting on a big horse, and then bring them back together. And breathing in, out to the side, and exhale back together. Good. Do 4 more. Shoulders soft on the floor. 3. And 2. And 1. Good. And then from here, keep the knees together. Bring the hands behind your head and neck, and start to lift your shoulder blades off the floor. And slowly rolling down your inhale. And again, lifting your shoulder blades off the floor. Head is soft in your hands. And again, lifting off. You can also bring the feet down if this is too intense. 2 more, lifting up. And lowering down. Last one, lift and hold. And just breathe, inhaling slowly. Exhaling. I'm shaking a bit, so maybe you're too. Inhaling. And exhaling. And then from here, we can start to lengthen out our left leg at 45 degrees. And just do little switches. Little switches. Little switches. Good. Stretching out the legs. Keep going. Keep pointing the foot away. For another 6. 5. Draw the navel in. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Well done. Bring your knees back into your chest. Hold your knees. Good. How's your core? Is it feeling good? Hope so. Well done. And then from here, placing your left foot down only. Keep your right leg up into a tabletop position. Bring your hands again behind your head and neck. And we're going to come to a little twist. So from here, we're going to lift up our left elbow towards the right knee. Make sure that your elbows are staying nice and open. You're not pulling the elbows in for this one. And then inhaling, straighten your right leg at 60 degrees. Exhaling to bend it. And inhaling to straighten. Left foot is grounding. Exhaling to bend. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to bend. 4 more. Try not to pull your chin towards the chest. Just feel the movement from your lower ribs towards the hips. Inhaling to lengthen. And exhaling, lifting the shoulder blades off the ground. 2 more. You're doing really well. That's it. Use your breath. Inhaling. And exhaling. Good. And then step the right foot down. Lift up your left leg. And then same thing. Breathing in and exhale. Lift your shoulders off the ground. Turning with your right elbow towards the left knee. Inhaling, lowering. Straighten the left leg. Keep the core engaged. Exhaling towards your knee. Inhaling and exhale. Shoulders stay open though. There's a space from your collarbones to the elbows. Chin stays away from the chest. Good. Leg stays at 60 degrees, so not lower, so don't lower too low. None of you are doing that. That's good. Last 2. Keep anchoring down to your right foot. And last 1. Well done. And then step that left foot down. Whew, well done. I hope your core's feeling strong. Bring your arms back to the side. We're going to come to glute bridges. Feet hip width apart. Take a breath in. Exhale, tilt your tailbone up. Knees are pointing forward. Hips are pointing up to the ceiling. And find that line from the hips to the... knees, hips and shoulders. So head is ground as well. Breathe in here. And then slowly articulate the spine and roll back upper middle and lower back down until you find the neutral position. Breathing in here. Exhaling, tilt the hips up. Breathing in here, inhale, and exhale, slowly rolling back down. Inhaling here, and exhale back down. That's it, everyone, good. And then from here, we're just going to lift up without articulating the spine, so without sliding the spine down. You're just going to lift up the hips, and then come down so that just the sit bones are pressing down to the floor. And again, lifting up and down. Lifting up and using the weight of the feet to slowly come back down. So breathe in And exhale, come down, breathing in, push. Exhale, slowly hips down without sliding down. That's it. You don't even have to touch the floor, just gently touch it with your sit bones, working the back of the legs and down. That's 4 and down, and 3 and down, and 2 and down, and last one, hold it up here, and then from here come onto your tiptoes. So you're on your tiptoes. From here we're just going to do little pulses up, up, up. That's it. Exhale, pushing the out and lifting the hips. That's it. Another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Slowly rolling your spine back down again, upper, middle and lower back. And let's come onto our sides. Roll yourself onto one side. Straighten on one arm, or you can bend it. Keep the waistline a little bit lifted. Knees are bent. Good. Hand can be in front of your chest, or you can have it onto your hip. Holding this position first of all. Drawing in through the navel. And then from here, starting to lengthen out your top leg and bring it slightly forward. Good. We're just going to move in little circles again. Keeping belly engaged. Small little circles. Good. And changing direction, go the other way. Nice. Waist is lifted. Bring the leg a little bit further forward so you're at an angle. Yeah, there, good. Good. And then from here, start to move your leg backwards and forward. You can keep the foot pointed for now. Just move backwards and forward. Exhale forward, inhale backwards. Now if you want to add more, flex the foot when you're going forward and point when you squeeze back. Exhale, and you can do a little pulse if you like. Exhale forward, little pulse. Inhale, pulse back. Exhale forward, inhale back. So just backwards, squeezing it back, that's it, forward. As if you're just kicking someone backwards and then you're kicking the football forward. Last 2. And last one. Good. And then bend your knee. And then bend your knee in front of you so you can lay the knee in front of you in height of your hip. And then your lower leg, straighten it out. And it's working with the adductors. Lifting up your leg and lower it. Lifting it, squeeze and lower. Keep the knee straight, but your foot can be relaxed. And lift and lower. Lift and lower. 4 more little lifts. And 3 and 2. And then hold it there, little pulses. Start pulsing the air. That's it, little pulses. And then little circles with your lower legs. Small little circles, just about as big as a little ping pong ball. And change direction. Those little circles. To be quite precise and concentrated. Well done. And release. Release the leg down, bend both your knees back into the chest, and then push your top hand into the floor and come onto your elbows. You can have the upper hand in front of your chest for support. Make sure your elbows are underneath the shoulders, and your top foot can be in front of your back foot. And then from here, start little lifts with your hip. You can add on. So this is a nice lift, exhaling, lift the hips and lower. Make sure your knees are supported if you're finding it uncomfortable on the floor. If you want more, bring your hand onto your hip, lifting up, holding it and bring it back down. Of course, if you want more than this, keep the legs straight and lower. So you can do variations. Just do 6 in your own time. Any variation, good. Good. So that you feel that you're lifting up through the waistline. Good, Rosie, that's it. Good, Isabella. And then release back down, and from here, press the floor away, come up, and then bend the bottom leg into an S shape, and take a little stretch here over to one side, and then the other, just to soften. And then with your hands behind your back, we're just going to start to open the knee out and bring it in. So you might have to adjust where you're sitting. So working into the rotation of our hips again, lifting up and rotating. If you want more, you can do it without arms. So working into this rotation. Good, but you can have the hands behind you. Just slowly. So just lifting up that leg, turning over and rotating. Good work. That's it. Nice. Well done. And let's come to the other side. So it's a nice elegant way to go over to the other side. So line on the other side. Adjust it forward. But you know what's coming. I hope I know what's coming. So again, bending your knees. And make sure you're supported, lifting up the waistline. Head is supported. And let's start with just straightening out our top leg. And bring the leg slightly further forward. So it's not straight in line, but just slightly forward. A 45-degree angle. And let's from here, let's start our little circles. Good. Completely in sync, Johnny and Rachel. Nice. Good. Hey, do you bring the foot a little bit further forward? Your left, that's it. Yeah, I know you don't have much, that's it, wiggle. Good. Isabella as well, bring the leg a little bit further in front of you. Change direction. That's it, there, good. And then start the movement back and forth. So you can start with just the foot pointed. So a little squeeze back and a little kick forward. A little squeeze back and kick forward and back. And then you can add the flex. So exhaling, kick forward. Inhale, point the foot, squeeze the leg back. Exhale, kick forward. Little pulse, squeezing back and exhale, kick forward. Little pulse. And inhale back. Try to keep the torso nice and steady. That's it. Lifting through the waistline. Press down into your bottom leg for stability. Well done. And last one. And then bend the knee and then bring that top leg in front of you. And then lifting up your lower leg, squeeze it up and lower, and squeeze it up and lower. Lift for more. Lift. And 3, and 2, and 1. And the little pulses, pulsing up, squeezing up, keeping the core engaged, shoulders soft, waistline lifted. And then starting little circles, so it's just as small as a ping pong ball. Small little movements, the adductors are working hard. And then change the direction. It's quite difficult to do a small little circle there. Yes, good. And then release. Oh, and then bending both your knees a little bit. Press your top hand into the floor, let the head be relaxed. Come onto your elbow. And then top foot can be in front of the back foot. And then starting to little lifts. Pushing the floor away, make sure that you're supported in your shoulder. And then if you want, you can bring the hand to your hip or arm up. Or you can also try and straighten the legs and come back down, or lifting them up and do a little pulses up. Just do 6 in your own time. Breathing out when you lift up. Well done. And then let's come down. And again, bring the bottom leg forward into a bent position. And then just take again a little stretch here. And up and over. Just to release tension, just stretching out. Good. And we don't have to do the circling again through the hips because we've done it now. So we can come on to our belly. So bring your hands in front of you, bring yourself into a tabletop position. And then from here, slowly bring the hips forward. Start to bend your elbows and lay on your belly. If you have lower back issues, Sally, then you can just think of straightening, so I'll show you alternatives. So on your belly, you can start with, so I'll just show you the first one. So bring the arms out to the side with your elbows bent, point your toes, wiggle your hips a little bit, and then start to peel your shoulder blades back, and then roll your heart forward, activating your back muscles. Rosie, you can just work onto rolling your shoulders back, and then bring them back to center. So like robot arms, lift the shoulders, lift the elbows, and then squeeze the shoulders back. So working into the shoulders instead. Or you can bring the hands underneath your forehead and lift one leg at a time on your exhale. Inhaling, exhaling. So this is an alternative if you have lower back issues and you don't want to go into back bend. Otherwise, let's do a few more lifting up through the chest. We'll stay on the floor, you're just rolling the shoulders back, inhaling to come down. Good. That's it. So you're working into your back muscles. And then from here, slowly start to see if you can bring yourself a little higher by lifting your elbows off the floor, but keeping your shoulders down and away from the ears, and then anchoring down through your lower ribs. And again, rolling the shoulder blades back and coming back down. Try not to focus too much on your cervical spine, so your neck, so you don't want to lift the chin too high. We're just working onto the middle back. Keep the belly still engaged. And from here, let's take a little twist. So breathing in, come up, and then exhale, just turn towards your right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, lay back down. And then the other side. Breathing in, roll your shoulders back, anchor through the lower ribs. Exhale towards your left shoulder. Inhale, coming back to center. Your arms are also working quite hard because they're pressing the floor away. Keep going. Inhaling to lift. Exhale to the right shoulder. And back to center. And exhale back down. So you're trying last one or finish around your arm and then lowering back down. And then bring the hands by the hips with the palms facing down. And you can just roll the shoulders back, point your toes, and again, lift the chest up. Rosie, you can just focus on lifting the shoulder blades, maybe squeezing the legs together. And then coming down. And then again, rolling the shoulders back, lifting arms and legs, squeezing them in, and then rolling back down. Inhale, shoulder blades lift, lift the chest, and lift the legs and the arms, and back down. Keep going a few more times. Good. You can also keep the feet down if it's too intense. Good. And then release, and then bring the arms forward for the last exercise. Swimming on the front. Point the toes, draw the navel in, and then reaching up, arms and legs, and start to paddle. If that's intense with your arms, you can do it just with the legs. Little paddle motions, as if you're chopping something. Finding that balance, little chop, 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 chop. Try and keep the shoulders away from the ears. If it's easier, bring the arms a little bit wider. Keep going. Keep the arms nice and long. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Good. Wriggle out the hips and maybe bend your knees and just go side to side, side to side. Well done. And then from here, last thing, bring the feet back down, bring the hands underneath your shoulders, tuck the toes, And then push yourself up into a tabletop position. And just see if you want to take a little downward dog. So tucking the toes and pushing the hips back and up, and walking out through the heels, letting the head be soft, pressing the hips back and up, roll the shoulders away from the ears, and just walking out. And just to finish, making yourself nice and strong, roll yourself forward into a plank position. If plank is difficult, just keep your knees down and try to press into your hands, still activating the core, or stay in your plank, squeeze your glutes, press into the hands, crown of the head forward, hips go slightly down but not collapsing down, so you have to draw the belly in and chest opens up to the front. Hold it here for the count of 6, 5, 4, you can see me shaking, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees down. And then open the knees a little bit, untuck the toes and sit back into a child's pose, reaching your arms forward. A little stretch for the lower back. And take long, slow breath. If you want to drum the back out with your fist, you can. You can massage for your lower back. And then slowly from here, let's roll ourselves back up. So walking your hands back towards you, tucking the toes, push the hips back and up, bending the knees, and then walking your hands back towards your feet. Head stays soft. Let yourself hang forward. You can hold your elbows and take a moment here to just relax forward. And then slowly arms release down. Press into your feet and roll yourself up to standing. You can also walk the hands up the legs or the belly button in. Good. Once you're up, just breathe and lift the arms up to the ceiling. Come sideways. And slowly bring the arms back down. Let's stretch a little bit through the arms. Drag the arms back up and then bend your right elbow. Hold your right elbow and take a little side bend. Keep the chest nice and open. Head soft. And coming back up, change arms. Hold your left elbow. And again, keeping the chest open, lean a little to the side as it feels nice. And coming back up. Releasing the arms and bring the right arm in front of you. Hold your top arm and roll the shoulder down. And then release the arm and change sides. And again, press the hand into the arm, pull it towards you. There you go. And then draw the shoulder down. And release, relax the arms, good. And then just let them be by the side. And just remember standing nice and tall. Feel again the balance, so put your weight slightly into your heels. Till you feel that you're engaging a little bit through the core and reaching up through the crown of the head. Feel that you're opening up through the chest, ribs are softening down towards your hips, so this area shortens just a little bit. It shouldn't feel strenuous, it should feel like you're balancing. And then close your eyes and just feel your tall body. You can just stay nice and tall with the shoulders relaxed, the head balancing on the top of your spine, the arms hanging by your side, your shoulder blades just like plates on a wall hanging behind you. And then from here, open your eyes, breathe in, lift the arms up. And let's get a bit of energy, bending your knees. Breathe out, arms behind you. Inhale, come back up. Stand tall and exhale, chin to chest, arms roll back. Inhale, lift up and exhale out. And last one, inhale, reach up. And then open the arms back out to the side. Lift the shoulders up to your ears and drop them. and ears, lift the shoulders to the ears, not ears up to the shoulders, and jump, and one more, and drop, deep breath in, and hands down. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful rest of the day, drink some water, and yeah, hope to see you soon.